Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to day 20 of the Ramadan Kids Challenge. Now today we're going to continue to talk about Imam Ali alayhi salam. And as you'll remember from yesterday, we spoke about how the Imam was injured or struck by a sword on the morning of the 19th of Ramadan. We're going to talk a little bit more and find out more about how he died then. We'll also be speaking about his will and the night of Qadr. So, as you remember from yesterday, on the morning of the 19th of Ramadan, Imam Ali alayhi salam went to pray his Fajr Salah. He had been told by the Prophet before that this will happen, this event will take place. Ibn Muljam was behind him in the Salah, and as the Imam went into sujood, Ibn Muljam struck him with a sword that was poisoned at the back of his head. Now we're going to read a little bit more about what happened. So we have our black storybook today. Imam Ali alayhi salam had always prayed for martyrdom. He smiled. How could anyone ask for a better way to die? In sajda before Allah, while fasting during the month of Ramadan. The walls and doors of the masjid shook. A black wind blew. Ali Murtaza had been martyred, cried Jibreel. People cried out, O enemy of Allah, what have you done? You have killed the best of all people. Ibn Muljam started to run away. No one was attending to prayers. Imam Ali alayhi salam asked his son, Imam Hassan alayhi salam, to lead the prayers. Ibn Muljam was caught and brought before Imam Ali alayhi salam, who was on the prayer carpet that was now soaked in blood. He knew the blow would kill him, but when Ibn Muljam was brought before him, he saw that the rope was so tight around his killer that it was piercing his flesh. Imam Ali alayhi salam turned towards the Muslims and said, You should not be so cruel with your fellow beings. Loosen the ropes. Don't you see you are cutting his flesh and he is in pain? They brought Imam Ali alayhi salam some milk, but he did not drink it. Instead, he offered it to Ibn Muljam. He then said to his son, Imam Hassan alayhi salam, My son, this man has given your father only one stroke of the sword. After me, you have the choice either to set him free or to punish him. The wound on the Imam's head was bandaged and he was taken home. People started to weep and followed him. As they came close to the Imam's house, he asked that all people leave. He knew that his daughters, especially Bibi Zainab and Bibi Kulsum alayhi salam, would be at the door. He did not wish anyone to hear them cry. The Imam spent the nights of 19th and 20th of Ramzan in great pain. From time to time, Imam Ali alayhi salam fell into a coma, and whenever he opened his eyes, he gave them his last words of advice. I advise you to fear Allah and not to run after the world, even if it may run after you. Speak the truth and act for Allah's reward. Be an enemy of the oppressor and be a helper of the oppressed. Imam Ali alayhi salam reminded people to follow the teachings of the Holy Prophet and the Quran. His children would not leave his side. He gave all of them in the care of his son Imam Hassan alayhi salam, who would be the next Imam. He called his son Abbas and reminded him to always defend Imam Hussein alayhi salam. He kissed his daughters on their arms. He knew that they would be bound in ropes in Karbala. Right, so this is a very sad story about Imam Ali, and we'll continue and talk about his death tomorrow, inshallah. Imam Ali was in a lot of pain, and we should think about that during the day today, because it's really hard to be in pain and also to see other people in pain. Now, you also may have known about people who have passed away. Maybe somebody in your family, maybe aunts or uncles or some cousins or your grandparents. And during this time, it's very difficult to control our feelings. You may feel lonely. You might be feeling sad or hurt or confused or very disappointed about what's happened. And these are all natural. I want you to try and think how the family of the Imam were feeling at that time, seeing their father in so much pain. So try and think of that pain during the day today. These are all natural feelings, but one thing we always have to remember is that Allah is greater than everything. And though our parents love us in this world more than anyone, we know that Allah loves us more than anything. So Allah has brought us into this world, and He is the one who will take us away. So we should always try and remember that. Now I'll give you a bit of an example of this, or my own experience. of how I was feeling like this recently. Now, my father, I've got a picture of him here. He passed away about 2 years ago in the month of Ramadan, and I was having all of these feelings. But what helped me think and make me feel a little bit better was that I knew that Allah is greater than anyone, and He would help him and protect him. And we have to remember that the good deeds that the people do in this world will help them in the hereafter. Okay, so as long as you do your wajibats and you do good deeds, Allah will inshallah reward you. Now, like I said, you all may have somebody who's passed away in your families. So we should always give reward to the deceased, the people who have passed away. So to do that, you can recite Surah Fatiha once, and that reward will go to the marhumin, the people who have passed away, who have died. Now, if you do the Surah Fatiha and you do 3 Surah Ikhlas, it's like giving them a reward of reading the whole Quran for them. Also, remember, you can read the Quran for anyone who has passed away, and also all the good deeds that you do, the reward of that will go to the people who have passed away in your family. So remember this, because after they pass away, this is all you can do for them, and this is all they need from us. So remember those people in your du'as and your prayers, inshallah. Now, in Imam Ali alayhi salam's will, which was what he said to his family before he passed away, I said a few lines from the story. He said, remember the Quran and read it and follow the guidance. Pray your salahs, connect with Allah, talk to Allah. Visit the Kaaba, the special place, go for Umrah, go for Hajj, give it importance. And also he told us about how to treat others. It was very important. And it was only after Imam Ali alayhi salam that passed away that some people realized the great deeds that he did. He used to help give an old man food every day, and the old man didn't even know that this person was the Imam of the time. And it was only when Imam Ali passed away that he found out that the Imam had been feeding him every day. One of the common acts or amals that you should do during this night are, you should make a list of what you want to do, what your aims are for the night, what you're going to do. You should give sadaqah. You should have a shower, okay, with the intention that you're doing it for Laylatul Qadr. You should pray a special salah about Laylatul Qadr. I'll put some more information on our website, but I'm sure your parents can tell you as well. You should do lots of dua and make dua for tawbah, for forgiveness. And mashallah, those who've been doing the challenges this Ramadan, you've already asked for a lot of forgiveness. So just try and refresh that forgiveness. You read the Quran, continue to read Quran, and make lots of du'as, especially before the time of suhoor. And then just peace, all affairs of the year will be rectified, so you'll be like fresh again after these nights, inshallah. Now, our Islamic reminder today is Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi rajiun. And it's like we said before, surely we belong to Allah, and to Him we shall return. He has put us onto this earth, and He will take us away as well. To Him we will return. Now, your activity for today is, I'd like you to find out about some quotes that Imam Ali alayhi salam left for us. Now, this is actually an activity that one of our viewers, Kainat, sent in. It was her idea. She said that it would be good if we looked at the quotes that Imam Ali left for us and learned from them. So, for example, Imam Ali has said, good manners are your beauty. So you don't need to be beautiful to have beauty. It's your good manners that show you're beautiful. So Imam had many sayings. I want you to find some sayings and try to understand them and put them into your daily lives. All right? That's your activity and today's challenge. Right, ready for challenge number 20? Let's have a look. So today's challenge is, it's gone up before, I'd like you to find out the names of the marhumin, or the people who have passed away in your family. And then I'd like you to recite a Surah Fatiha for them. Okay? So it's very important that we know the names of our grandparents if they are not alive anymore, because we can give them reward even now. Okay? So ask your parents, ask your grandparents, all the names of the people who have passed away from your family and who you should be making dua for, and who you can recite Surah Fatiha for. Okay? So thank you for watching. Inshallah, I look forward to receiving your work. You all are doing very well. We're 2/3 of our way through our challenge, so not long to go, and inshallah we'll all have a special surprise on Eid Day. Okay, thank you for watching. Assalamu alaikum.